Most people are waiting for the next car, waiting until they can afford something better, waiting until the old car just stops working. And in the meanwhile, they're just tolerating the car they can drive every day. You know, they treat it as a punishment, like a little placeholder. And I think that mindset is the real problem. But guys, welcome to Ziggy Week, where we do these POVs talking about cars, money, and you know, real life in general. And today we're not talking about what car to buy or how to not get played by a dealership. Today we're talking about how to actually enjoy the car you already have. Because I genuinely think a lot of people don't know how to do that. So let's dive right into it. And the first thing I want to say is the car you drive right now matters. It got you to where you are right now, wherever you are, wherever that is, whether it's home, whether it's a store, whether it's work, you know, wherever you're watching this video from. The car you have got you there. And I know it sounds obvious. I know it sounds like I'm just looking at things that's obviously it got me here. But think about how many people don't even have that. Think about people stressing about the bus when it's raining or having to get Ubers that add up and they can't afford to get lunch because they got to pay for Uber to go home. You know, I remember taking the bus after school, and it's a key moment for me because I remember it was a rainy day and I would look at all the people passing their cars and I'm like, damn, bro. One day, I can't wait to have my own car just so I won't get wet in the rain. Whatever year, whatever brand, or how many miles your car has, it gives you a level of freedom that a lot of people don't really have. And you know, most of us just drive right past that and don't even think about it for a second. Some of us don't even let that sink in. And I'm telling you, I feel like the moment you switch your mindset and you start seeing your car as freedom other than a problem, everything slowly changes right in front of your eyes. Now, I want to talk about something that I think is low-key the biggest reason people can't enjoy their cars. And I know it's obvious, but it's comparison. You're on Instagram, you're on TikTok, and you see somebody in a new car every day. It happens. We all scroll on the For You page and see people with these nice new cars. You know, you see somebody with that nice interior, that new car smell that you can almost feel through the screen. And all of a sudden your car feels terrible. You kind of notice that your seats are more worn. Your plastic feels cheap. The little scratch on your door that you didn't really notice a couple months ago, now all of a sudden you can see it. Now you're micro looking into your car and every little problem you have. That's not a car problem. That's it's a social media problem. That's your brain being controlled by something designed to make you feel like you don't have enough. Every time you scroll past somebody's new car and feel bad about yours, that's basically an engineered response. Somebody that posts that content benefits from you feeling like your car isn't good enough. Dealerships benefit, finance companies benefits, car companies benefits. This is how they get you into cars that you don't need. And the thing that really gets me is a lot of the people in these new cars, they're stressed. They're sitting with monthly payments and wondering how they're gonna cover it the next month. You know, the car looks great on the outside, but the financial situation does not look the best in all situations. And meanwhile, you're in a paid off car, or you have a car that, you know, you're close to paying off and you're feeling bad when realistically, you're the one that's in a better situation than the person you're looking at online. And that doesn't make any sense. And once you realize this, you understand what I'm saying. Let's talk about the actual things you can do to fall back in love with your car, because I don't really want it to just be this like grateful video. That's not what this is. I want to give y'all something beneficial from this. So the first thing is you got to clean it. And I know it sounds simple, but I'm serious. Like, when was the last time you actually detailed inside of your car? Vacuumed the seats, wiped down every little plastic, every surface, got in the crevices, got rid of stuff in your trunk that's been accumulating for months. And I say this because there's a direct connection between how your car looks and how you feel about it. And I've noticed this with my own car. Like, when my car is clean, and I'm not talking about like when the rain falls, I'm talking about when I wash it and it's just shiny, I low-key enjoy driving it more. It makes it just adds back a little character. It's like, damn, like all of this was hiding under that dirt. And it makes you realize it feels different and I feel more comfortable in this space. Like, when it's dirty and full of stuff, it feels like a chore. It just blends in. It's just like, go to work, come from work, go to work, go from work. You know what I mean? It's the same car, same mile, same everything, but just clean versus it being dirty is a completely different experience. And it really doesn't cost you that much. A car wash costs like $10. You have a driveway with access to water, it doesn't really cost that much to clean it. For the effort you put in, the difference is real. And the second thing learn something about how to maintain your car. Now, I know not everybody wants to work on their car, and I understand that, but you gotta hear me out. Do something small, like change your own filter or check your fluids. Learn how to rotate your tires, because something happens when you understand your car a little better than just knowing how to drive. It's almost like you stop being afraid of it. I mean, you stop feeling like it's this car, this old car that can fall apart at any moment, and you don't really know what can break or what's on its way out. When you're not afraid of your car, you can actually enjoy it, if you understand what I'm saying. The first time I changed my oil, I remember watching so many YouTube videos, and then I did it, and I'm like, damn, like that's it? Like, this is what I was paying people to change for me when I could just do it myself. Honestly, it's not about the money, because monetary wise, it probably costs the same versus going to a shop, probably like $10 more, because you still gotta buy everything. But it's about the feeling. It's that feeling of actually knowing your car, like knowing what it needs, knowing when it sounds healthy versus when it doesn't. And that changes the relationship you have with your car. And the third thing is, and this honestly is my favorite, is taking a different route when you're driving. It sounds simple. All of these are simple things, but you gotta stick with me. Like, most of us drive the exact same roads every single day. The same highways, the same shortcuts, same everything. The drive becomes invisible. You just get in and you zone out, and then you're home or you're at work. And then you wonder why driving doesn't feel anything anymore. Because you're doing the same thing every single day. You gotta try a different road, like nothing crazy. You know, instead of taking a highway, take the back roads one day when you have extra time after work. Find a road with some curves in it. Find somewhere with less traffic where you can actually feel the car and rev it out like you're supposed to. Because driving is actually fun when you take the time to make it fun. The act of driving is an art, and honestly, it is so enjoyable. But you can't feel that if you're driving the same congested road every single day. You know, sometimes I do this with my TSX. Sometimes I take the long way after work. It's not really because I have extra time, but it's because I actually want to drive instead of just commuting. And every single time I do it, I'm like, damn, like this is why I fell in love with this car. This is why I tuned it. This is why I invested so much money in it. This is why I take it to the track, because it is just a beautiful piece of machinery. And for the next thing, I want to talk about something just a little bit more personal, because I think a lot of people are embarrassed by the car they drive. And that's something nobody really wants to talk about when they talk about situations like this. And I understand, like, you pull up somewhere, you see what type of cars other people have. Maybe it's your friends, maybe it's a random person you see parked up with a nicer car, and you feel like your car just says something bad about you. Like, you know, your car is a reflection of where you are in life, and some people become subconscious or self-conscious, whatever that is, when they pull up in a car that they're not really proud of. That doesn't show that they're in a higher place in life. And I get it. Like, I've had those feelings, but honestly, here's something I've come to understand. The car you're in right now, especially if you're in an older used car, especially if you got a lot of miles on it and it's not new and it might look like something that's old and about to fall apart, blah, blah, blah. Like, your car represents a choice more than where you are in life. And most people understand that. In some cases, it's a smarter choice to have an older car, even if it doesn't feel that way. Like, you chose not to go into debt or spend a lot of extra money on something that's a depreciating asset. You're keeping your money, you can invest it instead of just handing it to a finance company. The person next to you in a brand new car that you don't know, they might not be able to afford it, maybe they are, but you can only think about yourself. Don't downplay your car just because you think you're not in something nice enough to compete with other people. That is not what you should have a car for. Like, look at me, I drive a damn near, a 20-year-old TSX with over 200,000 miles on it. And I do it with purpose. I love my old car. I love the K24. I love bringing this car to the track. And I'll defend this decision to anybody. Like, I don't care. I love my car. I'm proud of it. I don't care what nobody else drives. This is my car, and I'm confident in my car. Like, it's not a placeholder. It's not something I'm tolerating until things get better. It's a car I choose to drive every single day, and I love it. And you should take that same mindset also. Here's the last thing that I want to leave y'all with before we close out this video. Enjoyment isn't something you get when you have a better car. It's something you practice with the car you already have. And I know a lot of people are not ready to have this conversation. If you're one of those people that are waiting for the right moment, you're waiting to have the right car to enjoy it, that's not a good way to go through life. And there's a saying that I saw online: the person that waits for the right shot dies with a fully loaded gun. because you waste your life waiting for this perfect fantasy moment in your mind, but that moment will never come. You have to create those moments, and your joy is not dependent on what you have or where you are. It's dependent on what you're able to make of what you already have. You know, we all hear the saying, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. But in most cases, we push that off. We think that our lemons aren't good enough to enjoy ourselves. We think that we gotta hustle harder. We gotta do this. We gotta grind for this new car, this new house. No, that cannot be further from the truth. If you can't find something to appreciate about what you're driving right now, a new car is not gonna fix that. You know what I mean? You'll be in a new car in a year thinking about the next one. And that's just how it works. Like, upgrades don't end. The comparisons don't end. The feeling that you need something better doesn't end until you decide it ends. With that being said, guys, clean your car. Learn something about how to take care of it. Take the long way home. Stop letting your social media feed tell you what your car is worth, and actually drive and enjoy your car. Honestly, that's it. I mean, this is probably a video on the shorter end, but that's the whole video. That is the message, guys. To finish off, make sure you buy TSX and travel. You know what I mean? Drop a comment down below and let me know what type of car you're driving right now. And you know, drop one thing down below about what you actually like about your car. Like, I want to read it, and I want other people to be able to see that you don't need a brand new car to enjoy it and to have fun. Now, catch y'all in the next video. I love every single one of y'all, man. Make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe if you like the content, you like the message, and drive safe, y'all. Peace.